Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
Now you can see here, this is system status. This is for HANA server. This is S/4HANA Server 22 version. S/4HANA Server already runs only on the HANA database. It is HANA database. HANA version is HANA 2.0. Now I want to monitor the HANA database. I can use the T code DBA Cockpit. In the DBA Cockpit, I want to see the space. System information. System information. We can see the database size history like largest table size. Here we can see the size on different dates it is going to show us. The disk used, memory used. Here you can have the aggregation period also. We can aggregate by the year also. Year and largest tables. If you want to see the data volume, log volume, we can also see. From here this transaction code, we can check all the database. Even we can run the SQL statement also. If we want to, we can run the SQL statement. You've got the SQL editor also. Like you can make a query, select star from. All users are stored into USRO2 table. We can execute and we can check. Any SQL statement can also be done from this SP site and you can see the complete information from this table. Then operating system related information. Because CC Linux and Red Linux. This INS server run on the COC Linux and Red Hat Linux. Now you can see I'm logging into the Windows server and I'm connected to SAP GUI, but my server is Windows server. But our SAP system is running on COC, Linux or Red Hat Linux. How to verify? Again we have system here. We can see the operating system status. Here we can see the operating system, next data. Here it is going to show us. But it is saying that Windows operating system, not Linux. But HANA runs on Linux. Correct. HANA and CC Linux. Let's say 6. Here it is. Here it is showing S/4HANA is running on Windows. S/4HANA is running on Windows, but the database is running on SUSE Linux or Red Hat Linux. I think it's a virtualized solution. It is saying that VMware and STO6, you can see the complete operating system. Related information. What is the CP? Use swap space and other things. Here we can see then STO2, we can see the buffers. Buffers are like to speed up the things. The SAP system is going to use frequently used data into the buffer. We have to check the buffer also. S-No for elaborate, we can see how many users are logged in users. How many users are logged in into the system. And the elaborate. Now we have only 2 users are logged in, user ID this one and user ID this one. Evaluate is also same thing. And we can change the parameter using. We can see the complete system from RZ20. RZT is a CCMS monitor templates. With that, we can monitor the complete system health check by seeing the color. I can go to RZ20 code. And we have to go to the CCS monitor templates, and here we can see the entire system. This is my system, SOH suite for Hanen. Now with the color, I can understand where is the problem. We can just drill down database client RT services security related problem. Then I can select the open alerts. We can select what operating system is going to be used, and here we can see the system related display alerts. It is going to display all the alerts. Here we have to just proactively monitor the things if anything is missing or not configured properly or showing problems. We can see it from here. That is known as CCMS monitors. And then 11, you can see the directory structure from SAP application. I want to see the directory structure. I can use the transaction code A11. I can see the directory structure of data file. I can see the trans file profile file. If I want to see the profile file, I can see we have different types of profile. Default ASCS instance. If I want to see a new form, I can see. This is the download dialog instance. We can see it from here. First thing in Basis, consultant have to do proactive monitoring. These transaction codes, they are going to run regularly. In case of problems is coming, then they can activate the trace activity trace. For activating trace, they can use the transaction code STL1. In normal scenario, you are proactive monitoring, and if in case of a problem is coming for a specific user, you can activate the trace. After activating, the trace user is going to perform the task, and we can see the trace file and try to solve the problem. How to activate the trace? I am going to show you. I just log in with Stelo1. Stelo1 is performance trace. Like here it is going to check the authorization, everything, and then we got system trace. Stelo1 and Stelo5 is performance trace. Now suppose I am running a SQL statement. I want to trace the SQL statement. I am activating the trace. Activate trace. Trace is activated for users S2 and user 92. Now open a new session. I will run a report SAT38 to run a report. I am running a program Raspipa. I am running just any random program. Any program is like going to query to database using SQL statement. This program has run and it was very fast quickly. It has shown the result. Now I want to deactivate the trace. Then I can display the trace. If the problem in the program output is not good, not like responding in the proper time, we can see it from here. Now we have run SQL statement like we have run a report. You can see all the complete options here. Like what table it has selected, what are the operators and how much time it has taken. It has taken 5 seconds, not 5 seconds. It is a 5 millisecond. It has microsecond, then it is a millisecond. If any report is taking very long time, you can short it by the time, what operator it is going to use, and then we can further fine tune. Is it possible? Is it possible to trace for particular user? Yes, trace the particular user. Because if there are a lot of users trying to view the report or any modules, the trace will have a lot of records. Yes, trace will be activated for individual users. When we are just like we can go to SDA1 system trace. Now I want to trace a particular database. Schooler trace. I want to then trace on. When I click on the trace and then it is like settings, you have the settings also. Here you can specify for which user you can also specify. You can specify the like. Suppose I want to activate the authorization check. Trace of authorization check. Yes, by default it is going to use for the user which is login but if you want to change the setting, you can change the settings. Also if you want to use for other user. How to change the user's login? Whenever the user is going to log in, he can just switch on the trace a particular user is going to do. Here we can specify also like how much is the file. Like maximum 50 size would be 20 MB. 10 MB of all the information can be configured, like how much would be the trace file size. You want to keep the biggest file. You can measure also. Then you can analyze. Like here, suppose you want to generate a trace for a user only. Suppose a user ID is SAP start. You can just mention it is going to use for a particular SAP star only. Further, you can filter. By default, it is going to take for the user which is going to log in. But the person who is going to like. Suppose you are logging with the enable user ID, then it is going to trace your ID. But suppose you want to trace for Hassan, you can just go to filter and you can change it for Hassan. Then activate the trace. Then user is going to perform the task. And again, he is going to log in and he can see the complete trace information. This is a troubleshooting step. This is very important. You can take the screenshot or first we have to isolate the problem. Suppose sometimes the users are complaining they are not able to log in. First you have to specify or isolate the problem area, whether the problem is related to an individual user or it's a problem with the individual application or it's a problem with SAP GUI or it's a particular problem with a particular application server. If for an individual user, maybe the user is not able to understand the complete login details. He must not be having the correct. Suppose the user is going to log into the server, but he's not having the information. No user is. All users are able to log in. But some users are not able to log in because in the SAP GUI setting they are not mentioning to instance number 34. They are trying to connect with 36 mistyped. Somebody have mistyped or some. Now I have changed to 36. Now, when I will try to connect with the server, I will not be able to connect because I have not have the correct entries. If a user is complaining that the server is not reachable, he is not able to connect. First, we have to isolate whether all users are not able to connect or some users are not able to connect. If some users are not able to connect, what is the problem? Whether they have the correct details. They are trying to log in and the server is available, but they due to network. There could be some network problem also. Or one application server is down. Suppose I'm having 34, 30, 37, maybe 36 is down, but 34. And other servers are available. We can just change it. First, we have to isolate the problem. Then we have to analyze the problem. For analysis of the problem, we can have the scenario. We can see the S1 and ST2. We can activate the trace also because we want to see the complete information. For complete information, we can do the traces also. After that, you can gain additional knowledge by you have the course material or online documentation. You can. Yesterday we discussed about SAP notes. You can for the SAP notes also. And you can do the comparison. You can correct the problem. And even if you are not able to correct the problem, you can compare with the other systems, like you are having development, quality and production system. There's a problem in quality system. You can compare the same information with the development and production system. You can do the comparison. You can check the log. You can see the process. If you are able to solve the problem, if you are not able to solve the problem, you can raise a message to a city. It's when 100% sure that you are not. You will not be able to correct all the problems. If some problems you are not able to correct, you can create a message to SAP. Create a case or you can chat but to create a message you require the S-user ID's user ID. You can see the S-user ID will be it. S-user ID you will be getting when you are working in a project. Anyone is having a user ID. You are having a user ID or not? I don't have maybe an LB. Yes. I have a user ID. Yes, your ID. You can see when it will active or deactivate. This is not the phase is active for S-user ID. Lifetime is expiry date is 2 years. For this is the S-user. With S-user ID, you can raise a message because S-user ID is connected to a particular project and all the systems are mentioned. In case of problem, you can raise a message to SAP. You can say, this was just general discussion about the troubleshooting. We have completed the topics. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.